Hey guys. Hey guys, come on in, take a seat. We'll get everybody in here. Good morning. Well, I'm pretty excited to be able to bring 4 amazing coaches here today. But let me tell you the reason why. I want to have some fun. But it was a coach that changed my life. I wanted to quit mortgage. I remember the day that I was lost and I didn't know what I wanted to go do. And it was a coach that really took me under the wing and changed my life. But here's the thing. It took me 2 years to learn the most valuable lesson, which it was up to me. You see, I didn't want to listen. I didn't want someone to boss me around. I'm not very good at that. And today I want to take a minute to be able to bring what I think is the 4 greatest coaches in our industry and to be able to have some fun. But to be able to have some fun, I want to make sure, because I need your participation, is I need you to get a pen and a paper and be able to catch the nuggets that they're going to land. Because we're going to go through 3 rounds. And in the end, it is up to you guys to vote to see who wins. So there'll be a code. So I need a pen, paper, and your cell phone, which I know no one encourages you to use this phone. But I need you guys to use the phone because in the very end, you're going to vote. And even though there really isn't a winner, there is a winner. Are you guys ready? Can you do that for me? All right. All right, so let's get these coaches up here and we'll get started. First up, we've got Rick Ruby, known for building millionaires 1 loan officer at a time. He's trained over 1,800 top producers and was a broker for over 15 years. Let's hear how he uses his methods to get amazing results. Rick Ruby. Right here. And second, now the powerhouse, Christine Beckwith, 36-year veteran, 5-time best-selling author, and the queen of coaching. Christine has a vision and has reshaped this industry, and she's ready to reshape yours. Christine. And number 3, stepping into the ring is Amir Saeed. The man's journey from telemarketer to top-ranked LO is nothing short of legendary. If you want to dominate in the digital world, Amir has your playbook. Let's bring up Amir. And number 4, last but certainly not least, is Tim Brahim. The man has closed 676 loans in 1 year and has built a coaching empire. If you're looking for consistency in your business, he is your guy. Let's bring up Tim Brahim. Okay guys, here we go. We're gonna get right into this. So here's how the rules work. We're gonna have round 1. Each coach is gonna be asked 2 questions, each getting 1 minute to answer. They'll respond one at a time. Then we're gonna go to round 2. Round 2, the coaches are going to go through a role play and a script. One's a realtor-based and one is a data-based question. And then round 3. Round 3 is a 6-minute talk about how coaching will impact your career. So, to get this thing kicked off, here we are, round 1, and let's start with Rick first. Rick, what is the first step to doubling my loan volume?
10 new realtors, 5 new whale realtors. Realtors are the only way to make big money in the mortgage business. People that don't attack realtors will not make big money for long. They will only make big money in small instances. We call 40 realtors every Monday in my program mandatory, non-negotiable. We meet 100 realtors live before we build our list. So I make you go out and meet 100, open houses, cold calling, events, and then you have 40 that we develop big relationship with. My sales is based on trust and relationship. So that's my style. So that's what I focus on, is chasing realtors. To double your business, you got to add 10 new realtors before the end of the year. I suggest you chase whales. Whales are scary, but they make the biggest impact in your business. So I would suggest you chase realtors and chase whales.
Awesome. Thank you, Rick. Tim, this next question is for you. How do I hold myself accountable on a weekly basis?
Make less commitments. That's where it starts. Most of you are overcommitted. Accountability and momentum is about less commitments, and the most important relationship that you will ever have is the one with yourself. And when you start breaking commitments with yourself, you erode the trust in that critically important relationship. From there, it's about making small victories, creating small victories, and creating accountability. You need to use fear as your friend and juxtapose fear. What is it costing you when you don't follow through with what you say you're going to do? What is it costing your family? What is it costing your team? If you need accountability partners, form an accountability group with your peers. If you need a coach, there are 4 outstanding ones on this stage. Know yourself and know what it takes to motivate you and propel you to taking action.
Awesome. Thank you, Tim. Christine, this next question is for you. How can I ensure every conversation I have is impactful?
First of all, you need to make sure that you are listening in the beginning of the conversation to what they're asking you to do. Too many times we start overselling right out of the gates from our value proposition. But it's important to move them from the rate question. We're going to start from a pricing perspective. And they're going to want what they want. And we're sitting on a mountain of people that have low rates and who cannot get to what they want. So we have to look at how we direct them into the value of the future of their savings through today's risk assessment. What I mean by that is you need to take them from the question they ask and what they think they want to the place where you're showing them what they can save now that their debt is low or their debt is high and their cash is low. Moving them from that conversation while accomplishing their goals is extremely important.
Good. Hope you guys are catching these nuggets. Number 4, Amir. Ooh, good question. How do I make social media impactful for my business?
Well, first of all, I want to reframe social media to business media. I never call past clients, I call them current clients. And right now, it's going to be easier to persuade and persuade, to be seen before and after you're known, liked, and trusted. Great marketing softens sales. It's not a cop-out for sales. I like to give examples over explanations. Last week, I took a new loan officer. I said, go to Facebook, search Realtor Facebook group. 2 groups of 10,000 or more agents popped up. I said, you're going to go and put a post. Hey, I have a 1-page playbook of 5 questions to ask to convert more listings. If you want it, drop me a below. 455 comments. You hearted, replied, sent them all a DM of that Realtor value bomb. Set there 70 one-on-one Zoom appointments. Converted those to about 30 one-on-one break rides, and you got 12 leads in the last 2 days. You work smart and hard, and that's what great marketing does. It's business media, not social media.
Ooh, good. Let's get to the second question. Tim, this question's for you. What is the secret to staying consistent with my database?
The secret to staying consistent with your database is to quantify the value of your database. This is your annuity income. These are your relationships? Do you have a plan to nurture and deepen those connections? The loan originator with the most friends wins. It's a simple formula. Now, let's quantify it for a moment. If you have 500 clients in your database that you've done loans with before, and they do a loan every 5 years, that's on average, some years less than more, 100 loans a year. If you get 50% of those people that do those new loans with you, that's 50 deals a year that you're going to get for 4.17 a month. If you make $4,000 a loan, it's $200,000 in annuity income. That is your annuity income stream. But the question is this: what is the cost of not having a plan? What is your plan to maintain the connection with those people, to transcend the relationship, from a business relationship to a friendship, to where they think of you first as a friend and secondly as a loan originator? This is how I built my business. This is how all successful originators maintain connection with their database and having a plan.
Good. Christine, what's the key to keeping my loan volume consistent each month?
It's important to start from a reverse engineering place. Our company builds pro formas for large companies, individual brokers, and individual loan originators. This is not the art that you think it is, it's a science. We go back 36 months, we look at market indicators, we look at performance indicators, forward metrics, and then we teach what those numbers are daily that you need to hit. You have to have a warm bench in prospecting. It's not good enough, even when you get a big pipeline, to sit on that pipeline that you're laying the golden egg. You have to fill your bench. You have to be doing the activities every single day. You need to understand what your conversion is. And what you did yesterday is not going to work today in today's market. So having a coach that will teach you where to hit, what's converting right now, is absolutely key. When you spend your time where it counts. And the results are what matters. It doesn't matter if you work hard. It matters if you're converting.
Good. And lastly, Rick. How can I create a unique selling proposition as an LO?
Close on time, protect the realtor's money at all times, generate referrals for all your realtors. I believe that the realtor-lender partnership has to be a partnership. I think it has to be based on trust, that they're going to give you their client and you're going to cater to that client. You're going to serve the realtor and serve the client so all parties can be happy and get paid, and we can celebrate a great closing with some non-alcoholic champagne. The lender should be at the closing. The realtor should be at the closing. That's the real mortgage business. The modern world of doing business online does not generate high revenue. If you want to make 250 basis points per loan, which is I require from all my broker clients and all my mortgage banker clients, you must sell a 250 point margin. To do that, you have to get live with the client and you have to cater to the realtor. So your proposition is trust. By meeting with the realtor on a regular occasion, meeting with the client live, so you can look in them eye and you can help them finance their American dream. And you can tell them, I will stay on top of you forever, and whenever it's time to refi, we will refinance you automatically. So I believe in serving the realtor and serving the client to get paid $4,000 to $10,000 per transaction. I do not believe you make it up on volume. I believe you make it up on serving one client at a time.
Awesome. Thank you. Oh, go to the, what's that?
Always happens, no one.
I rehearsed this 3 times. I thought I had this for sure, and here I am. Did I give Rick your question? Ready? Ready? Why are direct sales so important for loan officers? Yes.
Why are direct sales?
I screwed it up, Amir.
Okay, it's fine, man. Things happen. It's all good. Why are direct sales so important for loan officers? I'm not sure if I fully understand it, but I think at the end of the day, sales saved my life, right? I am English speaking second language, but my first language is sales. And so we all have to be bilingual, B-U-Y, lingual, right? We sell ourselves visually, textually, audibly, and nothing happens without sales. In every great business, there are 4 pillars. There's marketing, sales, ops, and finance. Marketing is often sales. Sales is the heartbeat of the business. Operations drive sales. Finance fuels all of them. You got a lot of money soldiers, you can make more confident moves. Having the ability to have a framework of how you meet, for example, with a realtor. Great salespeople operate in frameworks. Contact, rapid rapport, discovery, close, and forever follow. When we have that framework, but also when we're not in a position of being a seller, seller's bag. When we're in a position of value, we can pick which realtor we want to work with, and that's attractive. And then we pick who we want to close, and then we follow them forever until the time is right to do business with them.
Awesome. Okay, here we go. We're going to go to round 2. They're going to get a scenario and a role play. They all get the same question. So, scenario number 1. A realtor will ask, why are you the right lender for me? And we're going to start with Christine.
First of all, I think that we have to look at our realtor relationships, and I've been building realtor relationships and helping 2 companies as senior vice president for 24 years. I've coached over 3,000 loan originators, and I've built into 500 markets. I've built over 500 branches into new markets. What we have to do is interview our realtors to be great business partners for us and stop being beholden necessarily to just serving. Our service is great. We need to deliver and understand what the partnership plan is for our realtors. We need to understand where we want to be in business, what those brands are like, the national brands that we want to be affiliated with, boutique shops that we want to be affiliated with. We need to bring power and we need to bring education to our realtor partners. We need to do what we say. It's not good enough to just have the staples. Everybody has great service. Everybody has great rates. Everybody says they have both. So how are you going to find your people? You need to lead in your realness. You need to find them. You need to get them to believe in you, see you for who you are, and stop doing a dance that is fake to try to attract realtors that probably won't give you business if you do it otherwise.
Good. Good. Rick?
Well, first of all, you have to target market the perfect realtor. The perfect realtor does $4 to $30 million and actually sells the clients personally. You do not want to deal with brokers. You do not want to deal with mega team realtors. They have a bunch of junky realtors and the experience is not that important. So we target realtors that do $4 to $30 million that actually personally sell the property. We look them up, we call them, we put them on a 10-week campaign, we call them, we mail them, we video them, we gift them, we card them, we get a face-to-face meeting. At the face-to-face meeting, we say these things. I will close every deal on time, or I will give you $1,000. I will make sure I protect your money that you get paid, and I will, in the next 2 years, I will generate 2 referrals from every client you send me. So I'm always helping them generate more business. I'm always helping them work on their businesses. I think realtors are the worst business people in America. I think lenders are better. I think we have to guide and direct our realtors, and I think that you have to pursue the right ones, and I think most of you are pursuing the wrong ones. You're pursuing the mega realtor instead of this $4 to $30 million producing realtor.
Good. Amir?
Can we role play?
Sure.
It's a role play, right?
All right.
Let's be a realtor, right? Can I role play with Chris and everybody? Let's put this record in the needle, right? So, why don't you ask me if I'm the right realtor?
Okay. Amir, how do I know that you're the right lender for me?
You know, Chris, I'm not even sure if you're the right realtor for me. Right? I made a commitment to only handle 1 or 2 more great agents by the end of the year, and I'm interviewing a lot of them to see who's the best fit. So we'll figure out if you're the right fit for me, and I'm the right fit for you. Do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Sure.
First and foremost, how long have you been in this crazy business?
10 years.
Okay, what's the biggest learning lesson you've had as a great realtor?
Prepare for the hard times.
Okay, I love that. We're gonna get along. What's the longest relationship you've been with a lender?
About a year.
Okay, just 1 year, over 10 years.
I was going to say 45 days, but you know.
Just 1 year. Okay. So you dated a lot of different loan officers.
Yeah.
This loan officer that you're in a relationship with now, without mentioning any names, what does he or she do really well?
You know, I mean, they get the loan closed. It's less drama, I would say, is probably the 2 things. It just kind of works.
Okay. No loan officer is perfect, so what's one thing maybe this loan officer can do a little better?
Tell me when there's a problem sooner.
Okay, so excellent communication is important for you. Have you ever fired a lender?
Yeah.
Why?
Missed closing.
Okay, that's no bueno, right? Have you ever been robbed by a lender?
No.
What would it take to rob
I actually don't know.
Okay. On average, how many leads are you generating every single month?
About 25,
Okay, what's the goal?
40.
Okay. I think you and I can do some great things together. Do you mind if I share with you what I do for agents without paying for ads? How I save them more money and help them save some time? Do you mind if I share with you?
You pay for ads?
You want to over it. No, without having you pay for ads, do you mind if I share with you?
Sure.
I have systems in place that every lead that we handle together, I will generate one more lead for you. The coaching community I'm in, Go Coaching, teaches me how to do that. I'm an extension of your sales team. The second way that I've been taught is I don't just network with real estate agents. I believe financial advisors are the most underrated pillar of business. I network with them. They send me a lot of unrepresented buyers and sellers.
It's good.
If you do more business, I'd love to refer you. Do you have any reservations from referring your next buyer?
Nope.
I'm excited to work with you, Chris. Let's do it.
Hey, good. Tim?
You know, Chris, I don't know that I am the right realtor for you. I think it's premature for me to even assess that. I think it's critically important that you and I get to know each other. I'm looking for long-term relationships, and any meaningful relationship that can ever occur requires a getting to know you process, which is what I like to do. I'm sure you've been engaged in dysfunctional relationships in your life, both in business and in your personal life, where it was just too hurried, and then you find out later on that it just wasn't right. I don't want to avoid that. I'm not really in a hurry to engage in relationships. I am in a hurry to find out who you are, what makes you tick, and what you need. So if I may, I'd like to just ask you some questions about yourself, get to know you a little bit better. Now, off script for a minute, there's a lot of different questions that you can ask. I'll give you an example of 3. The first question that I might ask Chris is this: what is it that you love about selling real estate? What makes you love when you're at work? I'm going to listen. I'm going to hold presence. I'm going to connect. And when you listen and you hold presence and you connect, and the other person feels seen, what happens to their guard? It comes down. Trust is built. This is at the foundation of any successful business relationship, is trust. The next question: Chris, if you could wave a magic wand over your business right now and change one thing, what would you change? Now, Chris is going to share with me what's not working for this relationship, which gives me information as to how I might be able to help them. Next question: Chris, when you're not selling real estate, what are your passions in life? What do you love? What are your hobbies? And he's going to talk about himself. Every single real estate agent out there, the whales and the non-whales, will find it to be an incredibly successful appointment with you if you see them and they get to talk about themselves. From there, we exercise patience. Once that connection occurs, we will get that second appointment because they're going to be intrigued by it. If that appointment ends and you've not said one word about yourself, it's a wildly successful appointment because you're going to evoke curiosity and they're going to want to get together with you again. Now you can come in the second appointment with solutions and solve their challenges and build trust and value.
Good. Okay, scenario number 2. From an LO asking, I'm starting to call my database again. I know some of you have said this question, but it's been a few years. How do I reconnect with them? Amir, we're going to start with you first.
Okay, I love this one. So, I'm starting to call my database again. It's been a few years. What should I do to reconnect with them? Well, I love that you're recommitting to reaching out to your past client database, aka current client database. There are 2 types of loan officers that we serve. There's the transactional loan officer, and there's the transformational loan advisor. None of us work with tax officers. We work with tax advisors. None of us work with financial officers. We work with financial advisors. We are loan advisors. Great loan advisors show up when there's a transaction to be had and when there's a transaction not to be had. Okay? So that's the key. So I'm going to give this loan officer the painkillers and then the vitamins. Right? The painkillers will soften the pain of the database decay that's been built up from them not being a great loan advisor. It's all good. That painkiller is the apology, gratitude, reset script. They're going to start with their database, get the low-hanging fruit. They're going to have their voicemail script ready. They're going to call. Hi, Jack. It's Amir, your old mortgage guy. I want to sincerely apologize to you for not doing a good job of keeping in touch. I handpicked 5 clients this week to call and to say how grateful I am for the opportunity you gave me in the past. There are 1 to 2 things I'm sharing with all my past homeowners that they should be aware of. Call me when you get a chance, and I can't wait to catch up. Click. They pick up and do the same exact thing. Now, the vitamins to avoid the painkillers. Okay? Every single Thursday morning, in honor of Las Vegas, I want all of you to deploy something that allow me to make $400 to $500 million in production from 2018 to 2022, okay? It's called my 777. We call every client that closed the last 7 days spontaneously on Thursday mornings. And there's a framework to that, okay? The second thing we do is we call every client that has a home birthday anniversary the next 7 days and congratulate them and move them to an annual memorial review call. And then the third thing we do is we call every client that has a birthday the next 7 days. Hey, I saw your birthday next week. I want to be the first one to reach out to you. Happy early birthday. We do those 2 things, we'll make more residual income than you ever imagined. That's the way.
Cool. Tim?
Okay, so that's good news for all of you. Those clients who you haven't called in a long time, they're not sitting around wondering why you haven't called. Those are the things that are going on in your life. Now look, here's the bottom line. This is a business of connection. You need to discipline yourself to call 3 to 5 past clients every day. If you get their voicemail, you leave a message. If you get them live, you say hi. I want to take all the pressure off you. The reason most of you haven't called your past clients in the last 2-3 years is because they're all 2 7/8, 3 1/4, 3 1/2, and you don't know what to say. Because that's because you're making it about you. Make it about them. How are you? How's your family? Are you and the kids getting geared up for Halloween? Hey, I see your favorite sports team's having a great year. Congratulations. Lower their guard. Build trust and connection. Once there is a window of opportunity, and there will be, once the guard is lowered, you made it about them and not about you, then I want you to roll into the following script. I want you to establish a strike. So if Chris is my client, and ask him how he's doing, how his family's doing, etc. His name of Chris, one of the things that I've been finding lately, when I talk to my clients like you, is that a lot has changed in their life since the last time that I spoke with them. Post-COVID, there was a jailbreak. We all happened to spend money like drunken sailors. And a lot of people racked up a lot of credit card debt and bought new cars and took out home equity lines of credit for the refurbishment or the adding on of their property. And then the Fed tightened rates skyrocketed, and it became incredibly difficult to make their payments. And I don't want to assume that I know where you're at right now. If you remember from our first conversation, Chris, I told you my job really just begins when your first one closes with me. Because from there, it's my job to assist you in managing the largest indebtedness that you ever take on in your life. I need to understand your full debt load. Let's go through the payments, and let me do an analysis for you. In this analysis, I'm going to show you what your existing financial obligations are. Then I'm going to show you what a new loan might be able to do for you. And if interest rates aren't cooperating and aren't low enough, it doesn't make sense, I'm going to tell you it's not the time right now. I'm just going to build trust with those persons. Finally, in the third column, I'm going to show you where rates need to be in order for it to make irrefutable sense for us to move forward, consolidate the debt, and do another new loan for you. This is what a strike rate is. This is what you all need to be doing right now, is having those conversations with your clients and knowing exactly who can be helped and what rates need to be for you to help them.
Oh, hey, look, if we go, these guys are so competitive. I mean, they're looking at the clock.
Not
They're like,
competitive.
all right, Christine.
Christine isn't coming. I'm going last.
I won't be painful and I won't go.
Okay, you won't be
I
painful?
don't think that scripts, for me, is what I spend time on teaching. We teach thousands of people, again, have been training loan officers for a very long time. Scripts are hard to remember, they don't sound real. What you need to do is understand that this, today, looking at our databases is not a great conversation. And we're micromanaging the rates right now as loan officers, praying and hoping to get where the consumer wants us to be. What we need to do is scrub our database to understand who has equity. This is an equity position, and you need to understand old economics against current economics. We compared the 07 downtown market because our volume was down and we had a raising rate environment. Those are the only two similarities between that market and now. In that market in the past, there was a low demand and a high deficiency rising. People were stuck. That's not the case today. So if you're going to look at it as the expert, economically speaking, and you're going to look at your database, and yes, you should be looking at your database and working your database, you want to look for the people who have equity. The conversation can't be about lowering your rate, can it? When they have 2, 3, and 4%. So what are we going to do? We're going to have a conversation about what they can do with the cash that they have. The average homeowner holds their mortgage 32 to 36 months. That's a 40-year stat. We're past that mark right now because they're white knuckling their low rates. We know their cash is depleted. We know their debt has risen. That's everybody in America. How are we going to have a conversation with them about leveraging their wealth that they're sitting on? We have the answer to the problem. But we've got to get them from the rate conversation. The rate is not the focus right now. You've got to go to the pain point on your database and start that conversation there. They will listen to you because you are the expert. You need to be on time, and you need to do a great job with this consistently.
Awesome. Thank you. Rick?
Okay, so first of all, I'm still in the mortgage business, 40 years straight. This month I will have 245 closings for $90 million with 38 loan reps. I'm an active mortgage man. I will tell you this, I've created 750 people that have netted $1 million in the mortgage business. Here is the past client script. Do not miss it. Hello, Mr. Vincent. This is Rick Ruby from Bluebird Mortgage. I helped you finance your home 3 years ago. You paid $450,000 for it. Currently, I looked it up. It's worth $600,000. You've made $150,000 on your investment. I currently started your refinance. Your payment is going to go down $185 a month. I need a pay stub and a bank statement. By the way, you can afford 3 times your income in new mortgage amount. If you're interested in a new and bigger investment, I will hook you up with a great realtor to show you some houses for fun. So that is a script that's money and works every single time. I also make all my clients call 20 past clients every single Thursday. Mandatory. My playbook, the hand that feeds you. The palm is 40 realtors. The thumb is 400 past clients. The index finger is 40 local people that you care about and develop. The swear word finger is the whale hunting. The ring finger is the database, and the pinky is social media because it barely works. You've got to attack your past clients, and you got to bring some stinking value. You're not their Uncle Bob. They don't want to talk about their kids and their sports team with you. They barely remember you. Call up, bring value, show them how much money they've made on the house, show them how much more house they can afford. That's what they want from somebody currently in the mortgage business that makes these calls every single day.
Hey.
You two sounded like Uncle Bob.
All right, round 3. It's getting good. All right. So we're going to go to round 3. Round 3 is each coach gets 6 minutes to talk about this question. How will a coach impact your career? Ladies first, Christine.
All right. I'm not going to try to sell you from the stage. I will tell you if you want to come and work with 2020 Business Coaching, I'd love to interview you to see whether or not you're a good candidate to be coached. Because it takes a mindset to actually enter into something for self-development. I'm going to prove my point by using myself as the example in my lifetime. When I was 8 years old, I had an English teacher that came to my parents and said that Christine had a penchant for writing. I didn't really know that. I wrote well in the English class at that time. By them asking my parents if I could do extra, I began to get published in what was then the Scholastic Children's Magazines, and I was published 6 or 7 times between the ages of 8 to 10. As I moved on, each English teacher would tell the next English teacher that I had something special in me. And because of that, my confidence rose. And I began to write. By the time I was a teenager, I entered the New York bestseller Young Authors Event 1 on a story about a grape going through the anatomy. What came from that is confidence in someone mentoring me. When I was 14 and it was time to choose what I would go into high school for, I had to pick business, vocational, or college. My parents wanted me to pick business. They said if I did that, I would learn how to use a typewriter and be a great secretary. We came from small means, and they were practical, logical people. I forged my life signature and went into college prep. When I got my first report card at the end of the first semester, I remember riding the bus home and thinking, my God, they're going to figure out that I'm into college prep. My older sister was just praying not to have an F. They rewarded her, she had no Fs. They penalized me, I had straight A's because I had lied to go to college prep. My mother went into high school, and it was the first time I saw an adult challenge my mother. My mother was tough. And he said, Christine has a dream of going to college. She said, there's no money for college, and I want Christine to be working harder than 4 years. And he said, let me have a chance with Christine with guidance, counselors, mentors, and coaches to help her get to college. If you ever wonder who appreciates education like the 4 of us, It's people that have had education come hard. You go to third world countries, you see kids that are walking 2 miles to get to school. They appreciate education. They don't take it for granted. I would go 4 years being mentored by these coaches, getting great grades, doing extracurriculum, volunteering for everything that you can imagine. And on the night of my scholarship night, my dad was driving me with my mom, and he kind of started a concession speech from the front seat. He said, you know, Christine, you've already won because you've done an incredible job, and you've got great grades and great education. I said, Dad, that sounds like you're quitting. We're going to crush it tonight. And I went in there, and out of 31 scholarships, I won 13 of those. And my class went to their feet. You know why? Because they knew my story. They knew my fight. I was staying after class. They knew I didn't have the means to do that. I credit that to the coaches and the mentors that helped me find my footing. I wanted it, but wanting it wasn't enough. I wrote a book called Find and Honor the Journey to the Truth, which is my personal professional development story. Because I was afraid my son would think my life was a white picket fence and I'm always getting awards and things for work. And it was a book, an opportunity for me to talk about twice having clinical depression, about the losses I took, about the implosion of the market in 07 when I had to close H&R Block Mortgage and put myself and 1,300 people out of work. It was about the overcoming. It's about why my coach has made a difference in my life and submitting myself to that. Finally, 2 years ago, my older sister lost her life. She attempted suicide and died from her disease. I found her. The next day when I woke up, I called my grief counselor that's on my staff at 2020, because we're a holistic firm that has health and wellness and are well-known. We understand business people have more than just business and tactical matter and economics and math calculations. And I asked her to do a 2-hour session with me. I submitted myself to that because I knew that the next thing I needed to do was save my life. I have submitted myself consistently to coaching and consulting my entire career. Rick was my coach for 3 years. Tim was my coach for 2 years. I would let him here coach me, and I'm still getting coached by Jay Glenn, who's probably somewhere here in the audience, and I submit myself 6 hours a month to that. I don't think I know everything, but I will show up for you. I will be accountable to you, and I'll be tough. I will pull punches. When you want to quit, and you're down on your knees, I'm going to get down on my knees, and I'm going to tell you, get up. Get up. Get up and fight. I've been fighting my whole life. Nothing has come easy to me. And I'm still fighting. I'm 55 years old. I get up and I weight lift 6 days a week because I have a boyfriend that's 11 years younger than me. He's been my boyfriend for 17 years. He's in the mortgage industry. I credit him for so much of what I have, but he keeps me on my toes. If you want to be challenged, sit at the table with people like this. You cannot lose today. Picking any one of these coaches. You will not lose with me. I promise you. So thank you. If you want an all-access pass that is discounted only a few $100 for our membership, all of our tracks, live classroom and virtual, $300 gamified certifications, we welcome you today to join us. And thank you so much for that.
Awesome. You know, I thought it was a little weird that when she talked about her younger boyfriend, my wife over there clapped. I'm like, what the heck? Keep your hands down. All right, Tim, how about you?
Well, I guess the first thing that I would say is, I'm not sure that I agree with the question respectfully, how will coach impact your career? A great coach can impact not just your career, but all your life. We don't coach people on only their business, we coach them holistically on 360 degrees of their life. Mortgage is a vehicle for you to find happiness, but there are things that are roadblocks that get in the way of their happiness. Now, a great coach is versatile. A great coach is a student. A great coach holds up the mirror for you to see yourself, for you to see what is getting in the way of you having the things that you want in your life. There are reasons that you have call buttons. There are reasons that you chase shiny objects or have a difficult time staying focused on the things that you know you need to be focused on. There's a reason that you say yes to things that are held on. So I have 2 coaches. And I believe in coaching. I'm always going to be coached because I need to be held accountable. I need to see myself in the mirror at times. One of my coaches, Nick, and I just recently had a session. I want to tell you a couple of quick stories. The first was a coaching session with me. And what I was dealing with was, and maybe some of you can relate to this, I was just feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Like I had committed to too many things in my life. And he asked me a series of questions. He held presence with me, which is what a good coach does. He allowed for me to explore inwardly what was happening within myself. I was finding that I was saying yes to everyone and then overwhelmed and pissed off at everybody because they were asking for so much of my time. Raise your hand if you can relate to that. Well, what Nick helped me see was that it wasn't them that I was pissed off at, I was pissed off at me. And as we peeled the layers of the onion back and we got to the core issue, the issue is that so oftentimes this was fear. The fear of saying no. The fear of disappointing someone. I'm a people pleaser. I like to get things done. I like to be a hero. And when Nick showed me that there was a path, see, a great coach has walked the path before. A great coach has done a lot of loans before if you're being coached on mortgages. Rick mentioned that he still does mortgages. I did mortgages at an incredibly high level as well for many years. So a great coach illuminates that path and knows what their hot points are. A great coach is not in their ego. They're not there to brag about themselves. They're there to serve. They're there to help people. And part of that process of helping people is setting your ego aside, holding space and asking intelligent questions and learning what motivates someone. There's not one way to coach someone. You're all different in this room. Some of you need to be held fiercely accountable. Others of you need your creativity and inspiration to be unlocked. A great coach knows you. They know what buttons to push. They know how to inspire. Second example that I'll give you is with my clients. Over the last 24 months, I've been coaching all of them on having these conversations with their clients. And I respectfully disagree. They do care when you show that you care about them and ask them about their family. And then you provide solutions to them as to what you can do to help them with their financial needs like you do with Strike Rates Group. So people like Eric Blythe, who when rates dropped in early August was ready, because he had strike rates established with every one of his clients. And he locked in 32 loans in 2 weeks. He had four months in one. Or John Wade was 37 loans funding in the month of October because he stayed connected with those past clients. I was the one who illuminated that path for them because I've been there before. I know what it's like to mine for business in the database. So, in closing, what I would share with you is this, is that you have 4 great coaches up here, and there are others that aren't even up here. You have to check inside yourself and ask yourself, who resonates with you? Who's the person that you are feeling most connected with and feeling like you would like to have as your guide to take you to the next level? Now, I'm going to give you a sample of coaching on October 29th if you'd like to attend. I'd like to invite you. You can scan the QR code here. On October the 29th, I'm going to host a 90-minute masterclass on the art of developing referral partner relationships, the formula. It's a 3-step formula. It's one that I executed with high degrees of success when I was an originator, and then I've coached my loan originators that are my students to successfully implement as well. About 2 years ago, I saw the industry starting to change, and I knew it was in trouble. So I went to all my clients. I happen to be blessed to coach some of the greatest loan originators that this industry's ever known. People like Craig Strand, Steve Grossman, Brett Hicks, Joshua Ryan, Brett, etc. I said, guys, they are guys and gals. Let's create something special. And we formed something called the Loan Atlas. 19 of the finest and most giving loan originators that are now coaches that this industry has ever assembled. I'd like to invite you to visit us at our booth and learn a little bit more about what we do and how we can help you at a fraction of the cost of what coaching typically costs. Please come visit us today, and I'd love to see you on October 29th.
Good. Amir?
Yes. Well, I'm okay digging into my time because, Chris, I want to give you your flowers, man. Like, I think coaching is humility manifestation of who you are, man. I'm grateful to be here. Thank you for putting me on. And I want to just take some more time and just thank everyone on the stage. Rick is, I'm a disciple of Rick. He's been my greatest mentor, coach. He's changed my life. Tim, I followed you for a long time now. I watch your videos. And so, Christine, you're here. I'm just super grateful to be here, man. I can't believe in this moment. I'm the new kid on the block. In the last 33 months, thank you very much. In the last 33 months, Go Coaching has come out of nowhere. And it's been a lot of because of social media. I don't want to jail keep anything. I've done production, I'm doing production at a high level. People are saying, your free shit's better than most people's paid shit. I think it's hilarious. I don't jail keep anything. Everything's recycled. I just internalize it. I just give it all through my social media. There's never been a more important time than right now for full just transparency. We have to share, we have to give. And I give every single day. And so guys, you know, my story is not conventional to most people. I was not born in this country. I was born in Iran in 1985, and most people don't know from 1980 to 1988, Iran had an 8-year war with neighboring country Iraq. 1 million people died in that war. My uncles all came back with post-traumatic stress disorder, and my dad and mom and myself, we had to pack our bags and leave everybody with very little money. And we went to London, couldn't get jobs there. We went to San Francisco, couldn't get jobs there. We came to Chicago, my mom couldn't get a job at McDonald's, and my dad was a shoe salesman making $3.75 an hour. We lived in a 500 square foot apartment. We moved 6 times until I was the age of 12. I didn't speak English, I got bullied, I had a learning disability, it was very difficult. So the question is, how does coaching make an impact? I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for coaching. It saved my life. When I was a senior in high school, I had a 1.7 GPA, I was not ready to graduate, but my dear mentor, Mr. Reardon, my first mentor, looked me in the eye and said, Amir, son, your past doesn't matter. It's about what you do now. Real school starts after school ends. It just takes one person on the lowest point to just believe in us and give us that feedback to bounce out of it. Fast forward, I'm working summer jobs, right? Cleaning apartment buildings, washing cars. How many of you I raised from humble beginnings like me? Right? From hardworking parents. Okay? You're my type of people. Right? Struggle against success value. You never forget those days. I go to this event in 2012 here in Vegas. In 2012, I was broke mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally. I was rebuilding my business. I started as a top marketer, one of the top marketers in the country. And I said, I need someone to help me. Iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. This is what the Go Coaching flag is. It's 2 people supporting one another. It's my favorite verse. And when I sat front row, I see all these coaches come on stage, and every single one made me feel like such a piece of shit. It's like, I can't do what these people do. It was all like, look at me, look at me, look at me. One guy came on stage, his name is Todd Screamo. I have to say his name. He's Rick's former partner. Both these guys changed my life. And I said, holy cow, this guy's saying, come with me. He was like, oh. I went on, I said, what do I need to pay you to just basically pour into me? And they took me in. And I was a great student. I'm so grateful in this moment because what I've wanted here for a long time happened. Rick said he's proud of me. I was one of his greatest students. He means everything to me. He's a multiplier. I'm here, he's multiplying. And I got into the program in 2022 after I just funded about $400 or $500 million. I was not fulfilled. In our lives, we have either a job, career, or a calling. How do we know it's a calling? It just keeps calling us. That's okay. I wanted to do a billionaire production, but that was my ego speaking. And I said, I have a gift. My mom was a teacher. I said, I want to teach other people. And I would look at my calendar, I'd see 40 client appointments. I'm like, I do this in my sleep. I had one coaching call, and I said, man, I'm so happy right now. I'm doing this. And next thing you know, here I am. Right? And so the conversation here is, does coaching make an impact? You have to find the right coaches. Right? You have to write the right coaches that are at the right time and the right version of what you need. Right? And I think there's never been a more important time right now. We need great leadership. We need leadership that's in the trenches doing the work. Right? That will help us with our mental mechanics. That will help us be seen before known, liked, and trusted. Social media works if you use it right. Right? It makes the hard work simpler. And so we've been able to really master that. So I have nothing to sell you. During that journey from 2012 to 2022 when I was really broken, I made a promise to God, I'm a man of my word. I said, God, if you can deliver me to the right people in my life, right, I will pay it forward one day without any strings attached. It served me very well. Go Coaching is the fastest growing coaching community in the country. We have almost 1,000 members in 33 months. People help me, and their lives thrive. It's the greatest job you'll ever have. I've worked for hours building this up for you guys. The QR code is there. You can grab me offline. These 4 playbooks, I'm telling you, it is a cheat code. You're going to have an unfair advantage. Right? So you guys can have that. If you want to book a call, you can. I want to leave you all with this. Uncle Barry W. right? He'll come in here, Uncle Barry, he'll talk about some stats. It's projected that by the end of this year, there's only going to be about 100,000 licensed loan originators that have closed at least one loan in the last year. That's a wild number, right? I do know one thing though. Quitters create space for earners. We are all earners. And we're going to come together, it's going to force us to absolutely dominate. I'm here to serve all of you, and I want us to all win. I got your back like a chiropractor. Thank you, guys.
Rick?
Well, let me tell you what I believe coaching is. I believe coaching will take you farther and faster than you will go on your own. How many agree with that? Coaching will take you farther and faster. That's what coaching is. Now, if you are a high school great football player, there are 250 choices. There's about 8 people in the mortgage business. These 3 are all really good. I'm really good. They all have a different style. They all have a different way they do business. I believe in leads, team, and money. That's what I coach on. I believe that we all need therapy, and I will send you to whatever therapist you like. So I believe when you hire a business coach, it's about wealth. So in the 40 years that I've been in the mortgage business, I've been honored to make over $1 million in the mortgage business every year for 29 years. I think that I'm a high school dropout. I've had great mentors. I love the movie Pay It Forward. That was the principle of what the core was built on. Help 3 people at a time. We coach in groups of 3. All my coaches make between $1 and $10 million. All my coaches have over $2 million in the bank. Chris has been my client and still is for 10 years. He came with me making $330,000. This year he'll make $9 million. Give it up for Chris Vincent. Very successful man. Amir was my client for 4 years. He came with me at $181,000. I took him to $845,000 as a loan rep. Give it up for Amir. That's a great. I don't remember Christine's numbers, but for me, if I'm going to pay a personal trainer, make me fit. If I'm going to pay a marriage counselor, make me a rock-solid mortgage. If I'm going to hang out with a preacher, make me honor and love Jesus with I do. I do with all my heart, I'm telling you. But I'm telling you this, if I'm going to hire a business coach, he better get me paid. This is the greatest business in the history of industries, in my opinion. Me and Tim have been famous loan reps for many, many years. We're doing this because we love it. I originally wanted to get $5 million in the bank so I could retire. That was my vision. I exceeded that over 20 years ago. I'm wealthy. Tim is wealthy. We do this for purpose. Purpose, not income. I look at my life. I love Jesus. I'm married to the love of my life for 21 years that she still puts up with me. I'm pretty lucky. I got 2 great kids that are married and have kids. Both love Jesus, both happily married. I live on a farm. Anybody here live on a farm? I work every day. I work 60 hours a week, then I go home and farm. Yessi Ben Lemon talked, who I think is one of the best brokers in America. He talked for kind. He'll do $125 million this year. He will net $2 million. For me, it's about catering and serving the client, who is the realtor and the borrower, and building a great team to deliver a world-class experience, and then to run financials that are excellent, that you make a lot of money on. So for me, I have 3 levels. I take people under $150,000 a year. They're coached by my trainers twice a week. Hardcore accountability, greatness trackers, how many calls you make, how many people you see, how many cards you make. I believe vision, plan, accountability. Write it down. Your vision, my plan, my accountability is what it takes to succeed in the mortgage business. I think it's an ugly business. I think there's 285,000 mortgage reps right now. There was 500,000 4 years ago. I believe we're coming into a tough time. I believe if you don't separate yourself from the competition, if you're not aligning with the perfect realtors from 4 to 30 million that actually sell the house, they can refer you like this. Hey, go to Christina. She'll take great care of you. She's the only lender I trust. Good realtors that sell houses, that have a relationship with you, sell like that. So I do 2 events a year. You have to make over 20 million to come with me. I cost $5,000 for a 3-day event. I charge $40,000 a year. Chris pays me $40,000 a year. Amir has paid me $40,000 a year for 4 years. Christina's paid me a lot of money. I'm very expensive, but in life you get what you pay for. All my clients have a personal coach twice a month for 2 hours to review all their data. Their greatness tracker, their lead tracker, their pay log, their P&L, their personal budget. I will make sure that you make more money, you will save more money, and the greatest accomplishment I've ever made is what I give away every day. Because if you can't give money away, you're a selfish pig. So I look at your checkbook, and that determines your character to me. You know, I just did a talk last week with Peyton Manning, and he said 3 things. 1 I liked, and 2 that aggravated me. Thing he said I liked, everybody needs a coach. I agree, we all agree, Chris agrees. Second thing he said Tony Dungy was calm. That's why he only won 1 Super Bowl with Tony Dungy. Coaches need to be fired up and outrageous. Outrageous celebrating your victories and outrageous when you're not getting it done. I'm not going to pick you up when you fall. I'm going to hammer you. You're going to get off your butt, and you're going to make a lot of phone calls, and you're going to see a lot of people, and you're going to serve the realtor, and you're going to serve the client, and you get paid. I have 355 clients that pay me 40 grand a year. 130 of them will make $1 million. I'm not for most of you in this room. I'm for the few, the proud, the core, that getting paid properly is what the mortgage business is about for you. You want to sing songs? Go to the Boy Scouts. You want to get paid? You come with me. But I'll tell you this. I know Tim does it for purpose. I do it for purpose. And I hope these 2 do it for purpose. But I will tell you this. My purpose. I create disciples for Jesus. I create millionaires. I teach life balance. Listen, my vision. Okay? 400 clients making $1 million a year. My mission. Other people's money. I heard that from all of them up here. That your money is important to us. That's what I believe. It has to be simple. Your vision with me has to be to make $1 million. I'm Rick Ruby, the core training. Go to my booth.
I mean, hey, they're all winners, right? Did you get value today? All right, here's the thing. I need you to get your phone out. I need you to click on that code. And you got 30 seconds starting right now to vote on who you think won Battle of the Coaches. Here we go. We're watching your phone.
Get your phone out and vote.
I don't even have my phone on. You guys did a great job. Amazing, amazing. Oh my God.
I feel good about it.
You did good.